Hello ladies and gentlemen, Riley Flame Wookie here again with another video on Serenity Productions. Now, I'm gonna step into a time machine right now, kinda like the DeLorean, go back to the past. Back when video games were better. They were a good deal. They were good. Now you're probably wondering, what do you mean? Do you remember back in the day when you used to be able to buy a game, and you had that game? You didn't have to buy any DLC, no season passes, no day one updates, none of that horse shit. You pop the fucking thing into your system, you just played it. Anything you couldn't access right away, you unlocked. Simple as that. There was no bullshit DLC, and by the time quote-unquote DLC came by, it was typically expansion packs that were relatively cheap and added a lot of content. Missions, weapons, characters, the whole 9 yards. None of this $5 for a character bullshit or $2 for a bacon skin on your gun. None of that. You actually had the game. Nowadays, when you get a game, it's like, well, I only have half the content. The other half is going to be waiting on my dashboard for my Xbox or my PlayStation. You ever notice that? You don't feel complete when you got a game. You feel like you've been ripped off. That the other half of the game is waiting for you to be bought with a season pass or various DLC packs. Also, didn't you mess whenever a game had like a legitimate story and it didn't just sequel bait you? Kind of like a, hey, next year you're gonna be buying this again, or better yet, rehashing games like a certain series likes to do, where they just swap the skin of a character or change the plot a little bit, and bam, another $60 or $80 a year. Don't you miss the old days when games were creative and they didn't just rip off one another? Guitar Hero ripoffs, Call of Duty ripoffs, cookie cutter FPSs. They actually had stories with characters who had personalities. Didn't you mess back when you didn't have to install every single game you bought? You had the disc. You had the hardware. You put the disc in the system played the disc. You didn't have to install the thing. If I'm installing the game, shouldn't I be able to just play it off of the installation on the hard drive? Nope, you still need the disc. Now you're probably wondering yourself, what inspired you to make this video? Now the thing is, I was going to make another video on this channel regarding my thoughts on Gears of War 4. I did my thoughts on Mafia 3, I might as well do it on Gears of War 4. By the way, fantastic game. Absolutely amazing. Visually is one of the best games ever. When it comes to characters, amazing story. I feel like I have some questions, but I'm feeling like those will be answered in Gears of War 5 and 6. Which, I mean, this game kind of sequel baits 5, but who cares? I would have bought it anyways because Gears of War is amazing. But, all that aside, I was going to upload a video. But Upload Studio on the Cockbox 1 decided to fuck me over. It decided to keep saying, failed, failed, failed. Every time I tried, it wouldn't even attempt to upload. What I'm wondering is, why the fuck does the Xbox One, now people are gonna make PC Master Race or PlayStation 4 is better, but the fact is, I don't give a fuck. We're talking about the Xbox One here. Why does the Xbox One have so many problems? Everything glitches every once in a while. And it feels like every day, or every 2 days, there's an update on this thing. It'll be like a couple hundred megabytes or maybe a gigabyte. Just every once in a while, just boom, 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 every day or every second day, updates, updates, updates. How can a console have so many fucking updates, yet nothing changes? The only thing that I've noticed is, like, they will change the layout of something, like the Upload Studio, or maybe some apps will be a little different, but other than that, I didn't even like the freaking layout of anything to begin with. So, to have it change to something that sucks in more balls, like Upload Studios or finding your game clips, all you do is make it worse. You don't really improve anything. So what I'm wondering is, why do we need to update so much when we see things not changing or becoming worse? The only thing I've seen get better is like games are quicker to install, that's about it. But other than that, don't you wish you can go back to the old days where systems where, or consoles or games were just better? There was no DLC bullshit, there were decent expansion packs, games had, better characters, better missions, didn't treat you like a child saying every foot, oh, this needs to glow up yellow so the player knows. you know, what to do. You actually had to explore a mission and find the objective. But I really hope that games will get better. I know my tone in this video is kind of interesting, like kind of weird, but like I feel like I'm not really enthusiastic because I feel like this video is kind of unplanned, so I'm not really, you know, into it. But at the same time, I'm kind of just, well, I'm still recovering from my cold, so that's why I'm a little trying to keep my tone a little monitored. So that's why I'm not really explosively doing this video, but for the most part, I'm still showing some concern. So yeah, leave your comments down below. Do you agree with me? Do you think that video game developers and publishers and consoles and games need to improve? Or do you think that they're good the way they are? Quite frankly, I still think that there are still great games nowadays. Gears of War 4, Mafia 3, Fallout 4, Halo 5 Guardians was kind of a mixed bag for me. Oh, that's another thing. You know that type of DLC where it's like pay to win and stuff like that? Those are also scummy. And those new crates that you see in like Halo and Gears of War and Call of Duty, those kind of things, yeah, those also need to go. But for the most part, that's my rant of the day. That's not every day, so I don't know why it's of the day. But hope you enjoy this video, folks of both Riley the Flame Wookie Cookie, the Gamers of Serenity, and Serenity Productions. This has been Riley the Flame Wookie Cookie. I'll catch you guys next time.